I love Cam Newton. Cam Newton. I love number 1.
What's up, everybody? This is the Father-Son Fantasy Football Podcast. How's everybody doing today? Today we have a special guest with us today. We have Tom. We have Bart.
Hey.
We have Nate.
Hey.
And we have Tony.
Hi there.
We are doing a mock draft for you guys today.
Live mock draft. Doing a 12-team league, full PPR. We're going to go over roster settings in a little bit, but instead of just being me and my dad and all these computers, we actually have, I think it's 6 drafters. So it's half the league filled up and more real people, so more realistic scenarios and what people would pick rather than just the automated guy. So we're each going to do our little thoughts on each pick, and we're going to try to get this nice and quick, not too long of an episode that drags on. We're going to give some good information, and everyone here knows how to draft. Doesn't matter, so you're going to learn something, except for Tom maybe. But it's all right. And, yeah, we hope you guys enjoyed our last episode. We had guests on. We did Bust and Breakouts those last 2. If you haven't checked them out, go check them out right now. You'll find us on iTunes if you have Apple device. We are on Google Play, Stitcher, Spotify, and then also our bonus episode on YouTube. So the last 2 on YouTube, we had our guests give us one guy they don't want to miss out on drafts and also a draft day tip. So go check that out. It's in the description below, but you can just type in Father Son Fantasy Football on YouTube. We're also on Twitter at FatherSonFF. Follow us there. That gives you a wrap-up point for Subscriber League. We're getting more interest in that every single day. People are commenting hashtag Subscriber League, giving us a sentence or 2 why they want to get in the league, and we see it. We get the feedback, and you're adding up your points. We're going to announce the first guy the next episode.
You guys want to get them points. Some guys think they're automatically in, but they're really not. You got to get them points to get in that league.
Yeah, no 5-star reviews to read today. But if you guys do send in a 5-star review, we'll shout you out, read it out, and that's 5 points right there.
5 points.
Yeah. And even just if you don't want to write one out, go to the bottom of your iTunes app, click the 5-star button. It takes like 1 second, and it helps us out a lot. And yeah, make sure you tell your friends. So we're going to get right into this mock draft right here, and we hope you guys enjoy it.
All right, guys. So for today, we're going to give you guys a bunch of scenarios.
Different draft strategies. So
Yep.
the 4 of us are going to do different draft strategies, and the 2 other guys, they're in the back. They're going to do normal casual drafting, probably like more or less better than what we're going to do because we have a set strategy. So, Dad, what strategy are you going to do?
I'm going to do running back heavy. So the first 3 rounds, I have to pick a running back, and we're going to see what kind of team I end up.
I'm going to do wide receiver heavy. So that's 3 wide receivers minimum off the bat.
Bart,
what are you going to do?
What are you going to do, Bart?
So Justin put me at the 11 spot, which is going to be challenging for me, but I'm at the tight end early draft strategy.
And Tom, what are you going to do?
I think I got the hardest spot out of everybody. I got to do the quarterback early because everybody knows you want to wait on your quarterback this year. So we'll see how we do with the going to quarterback early route.
Yeah, so we got Tony at the 1 spot, the people's favorite usually, the common persons. And then we got Nate over at the 4 spot, so that's right where the running backs, you can get whoever falls. You got Tom at 5, right in the middle. You got my dad at 7. This should be interesting. I'm at 9, and then you got Bart, like you said, he's already at 11. So we're going to kick this thing underway.
All right, here we go.
We got the music.
Was that for me or for everybody?
Everyone.
That was for me.
We got all the music.
Jesus!
All right, well, listen. As a novice, we're going to draft the first guy.
First pick off the board. Todd Gurley went. Following Todd Gurley went Zeke. Then went Le'Veon Bell. So David Johnson's on the board for Nate's pick, and Nate selects a wide receiver. It is full PPR. Hey, I don't hate that pick right there.
Antonio Brown, baby.
All right, so Tom, you're up.
I got to say, I thought for sure I was going to be sitting there with Antonio Brown looking at me, but I can't complain about taking David Johnson at 5.
Right there. After David Johnson went Alvin Kamara, and Dad, you're up at 6.
I got to take Saquon Barkley.
Shaquan. What are you talking about?
That's who I'm taking.
Saquads. Barkley
Saquon.
at 7. After Saquon Barkley went DeAndre Hopkins at 8. I am up to draft. I have to go wide receiver. Melvin Gordon's on the board, but I got to take the guy I think is the number 2 wide receiver this year, and that's Odell Beckham. So I took Odell Beckham. Following me went Kareem Hunt. Bart's up to draft. Bart, what are you looking at here?
Well, nice. At 11, I have a whole bunch of running backs that I
You
think are
shouldn't
probably in
drink
the
that
same
whole goblet.
class. Melvin Gordon, Leonard Fournette, and Dalvin Cook. All of them I like, although I love myself some Julio Jones. So I think I'm going to take Julio right now.
That's a good pick right there. I'm happy with that pick right there.
Yeah, so you mentioned those running backs that you liked a lot, and you had 2 picks before your next pick, so you went and took the wide receiver. You won it, knowing at least one of them would fall back to you. So following you went Leonard Fournette and Melvin Gordon. So you're up. You had Julio Jones already, second round. You got your running back. You were talking about Dalvin Cook's on the board. So who are you gonna take here?
Well, now I know that I'm going to be trying to go tight end heavy or tight end early, so I really want to get myself probably a running back. And I love Dalvin Cook, but coming back off the injury, I'm not sure I'm sold on him. I really like Devontae Freeman coming back this year, in a bounce back year, so I'm going to select him.
Oh wow.
I like
I
that.
don't agree with that.
I like that pick right there.
I skipping over Dalvin Cook is a foolish move right there.
Foolish move.
Freeman is a
move.
PPR beast. That's a good pick
No,
right
but
there.
you have Julio Jones and Devontae Freeman. That's 2 guys on the same team. I don't know if you pay attention to that, but
That's
You're
okay.
100% right. So the big issue I look at in these is I always take the guy I like, and then I'll worry about the bye weeks when I get to it.
yeah. And Atlanta has a good offense, so you don't have to worry about it being a bad offense and not producing.
Freeman's definitely not a slouch, but
No,
when you already have Julio, you got to go
I
somewhere
think
else.
Dalvin Cook's already there, but to further that point, you already have Julio, like you said right there. All right, so following that pick went Keenan Allen, and I'm happy right here. I'm sitting here back in the second round. I have Odell Beckham, and my number
You're
3
gonna take
wide
him.
receiver is here on the board. Michael Thomas, touchdown regression positive, is coming this year. I'm all in on Michael Thomas here, so I'm selecting Michael Thomas with the second pick, my second round pick. So following me went Dalvin Cook. Dad, you could have had Dalvin Cook, but you just missed you. So now, I know your guy Devontae Adams, who you love, is on the board, but guess what? You
I
can't
love
do that this
Devontae
draft.
Adams. I
Yep.
can't.
You love him something about
So what running backs
So
do
you got McCaffrey, McCoy. I'm definitely staying away from. That offense is going to be terrible this year. Even though McCoy's going to get his points, but I'm staying away from any Buffalo player. You got McKinnon, who I think is going to be a PPR beast. He has yet to prove himself doing a full workload. But
Hey, but Derek on our Breakouts episode talked about him, and hey, I'm all on board. That's what
you
I
got
on board
Joe
before.
Mixon. I mean, McCaffrey, McKinnon, or Mixon.
What would you do here, Tom, for running backs?
I'm you know what? As much as you gotta hate Buffalo's offense right now, I would go McCoy. He's gonna get the carries, he's gonna get the catches, he's gonna get the volume.
The volume's there. You also have Saquon, who's a rookie, unproven. The volume's there for him too, so I don't mind going with an upside play like Mixon. You could do because the volume's secured, but you can't hate on any of those guys. Like you said, the volume's there. Bart, what'd you do here?
There's no doubt. I'm agreeing with Tommy here. You got to look at what's the best player on the board, who's done it year in year out. I'm not arguing with McKinnon. I have a tough time with Mixon this year, although I do think the guy's a beast. Last year's a little bit sluggish, so I think you got to go with something you know. So I like McCoy.
I did hang out the other day with Papa here playing golf, and we come over and we're talking. I did make a bold prediction, and I did say Christian McCaffrey was going to be a top 8, top 10 running back this year
I remember you
in a
saying that.
PPR league.
I was for that
In a
until
PPR
they
league.
signed C.J. Anderson. That's when it brought me off him. He's still top 15 easily.
CJ with the offensive coordinator, he's going to get those plays up the middle.
Actually, 200
McCaffrey's
carries,
still McCaffrey though. He
Those
catches
catches.
the ball. He's
Man.
gonna be a stud.
PPR targets.
It's a tough call, Paulie. What are you gonna do?
Listen, it's my pick. You guys are crazy for saying McCoy. I am taking the upside of Jerick McKinnon right there.
Wow. Second round, baby.
Second round.
Hey,
Boom.
there it is. Following you, that went Mike Evans and Tom. You're up. You got to take a quarterback, but not yet. And the guy you're just touting was McCaffrey. He's still on the board.
Evans. Oh, but I got a running back already.
Yeah, you can do
I
it.
got
too.
it. I would love to take McCaffrey, but AJ Green is sitting there.
Why don't you take your guy McCoy?
AJ Green
Wait,
is
wait,
sitting
wait.
there.
So you agree with me that A.J. Green's better than Devontae Adams this year?
Oh, 10 times out of 10.
You both need to go to the doctor and get checked because
I'm
that's not
taking-
going to happen. Devontae Adams is the stud.
Let me tell
I'm
you.
gonna
guys,
give you my
I-
sleeper later
I-
later in the episode.
I can't believe you just
I'm gonna give
passed
you my
up.
sleeper later.
I can't believe you just took Evans over Adams.
Oh
He
Let
didn't
me
take
tell-
Evans, he took A.J. Green. So Tom took A.J. Green.
man, that went quick right
Nate,
there.
Nate went Christian McCaffrey.
Down.
211, McCoy, and now Tony is up the draft. I like to point out the roster settings for this league. It's 1 quarterback, 2 running back, 2 wide receiver, 1 tight end, and 2 flex spots. So getting these guys like that right there, hey, it's all right. And the first quarterback is off the board, Aaron Rodgers. You got Todd Gurley, the best running back according to ADP, and the best quarterback according to ADP.
Did you see the finger throw up at him?
You stole him from Tom. I love it. You stole him.
It's a great pick right there, Aaron Rodgers. He's back up again to pick.
Oh, me again?
Yeah, snake
All
draft.
right, here we go. Let's see.
Let's do a little bit of drum roll right here. And the pick is Rob Gronkowski, a tight end, and Travis Kelce went off the board too. But Bart, how you doing right there? The tight end run has started. Right now, Tony at the 101 spot has Todd Gurley, ADP's best running back, ADP's best quarterback in Aaron Rodgers, and ADP's best in Rob Gronkowski.
No, he ain't changing his pick, dude.
I'm not changing nothing. I gotta get my quarterback.
You're mad because Tony took Aaron Rodgers.
Oh no! My kid's sitting over there with his Cam Newton jersey on, and I'm gonna make another bold prediction. Cam Newton will be the #1 fantasy quarterback this year.
Wow.
What?
4.6 point, it does not matter.
What?
Cam Newton will be #1 with North Turner there with him. Put it on the table right now.
I'm just stunned.
Wow, I love Cam Newton.
Boom!
Cam Newton is my #4 quarterback this year. I love him. My #1's Aaron Rodgers because I can't tell Aaron Rodgers. Hey, I'm all in on the Cam Newton train.
No, all right.
I'm all in on it.
You're all in on him?
I love Cam Newton this year.
Cam Newton's going to be a
Turner's there.
beast this year.
His best weapons he's ever had.
And what's Cam Newton's strength? Throwing the ball far.
And he can run the ball a little bit too. Those goal line cut touches.
He's got a fast rookie on the outside. He's got a fast receiver coming out, or fast running back coming out of the backfield.
Hey, there you go.
That was good.
Following Cam Newton went Doug Baldwin, a guy I love this year. And Dad, you're up. One more running back. You have Saquon Barkley and Jerick McKinnon.
I love 2 running backs in this spot right here. Joe Mixon and
How is he still there? It's a 307.
I don't know how he's there.
I don't
Mixon
think
should have been taken before McKinnon should have.
I think I got to take Darius Geis.
You serious?
taking Darius guys over Joe Mixon. Whoa.
That is so wrong. Down the Nash.
Hold on.
He is going to be so good at Washington. I'm telling you right now.
Whoa.
We're at the bottom of another tier with Darius Geis. I love Darius Geis, but he's on a whole other tier.
Don't drink the Kool-Aid.
It's not Kool-Aid I'm drinking.
So, Dad, you're taking Darius.
I didn't say I'm taking him
You
yet.
just did.
You did.
You just did. You have to
You
take him
did.
now. You can't not.
It's on the table.
It's not on the table. I didn't make the selection yet.
I just did all these sound effects for that pick, and now you gotta take him.
All right, Darius Geis.
Darius Geis.
There
Bart,
he is.
does that deserve a toilet flush right there?
I think so.
Tony, give us a fart.
That was a juicy.
I got two rookie running backs in my top 3 picks.
This is amazing. The quarterback, the computer picked a better guy than my dad. He picked Joe Mixon right after my dad. I am up here at the 309. I need another wide receiver.
This is my team, guys, okay? It's my team.
Yeah, guys available. Josh Gordon, Tyreek Hill, Larry Fitzgerald, Cooper, Juju Smith-Schuster, Demaryius Thomas. So I have to take another wide receiver here. It's full PPR. I have a guy who gets touchdowns and catches in Odell Beckham. A consistent option, doesn't drop the ball, and is a good red zone threat with the Saints offense that looks more powerful. So I'm going to go with the guy whose ceiling we have not seen yet. The new quarterback in town, Stephon Diggs, a guy I just touted all about.
You love you some Stephon
I love
Diggs.
me some Stephon
Love
Diggs.
some Stephon
I
Diggs.
knew you were
Love
going to
me
take
some
that.
Stephon Diggs. That's my 3 wide receivers.
Knew
there.
it too, right?
Odell Beckham, Michael Thomas, Stephon Diggs. Oh, I'm salivating right now.
I would have had a hard time skipping over Robinson, Fitzgerald, and T.Y. right there.
That is a good 3 wide receivers right
Following me with Jordan Howard. Bart,
All right.
tight end strat. There's one guy you guys take here.
I gotta tell you, no, there isn't really.
Oh.
So hey, look, I got kind of stuck. So you can follow the ADP if you want, but the whole point of this mock draft is to do things that you like. I am looking back at my previous 2 picks with Jones and Freeman on the same team. That's something I don't typically do. So
Taking
a
Austin
little
Hooper.
bit of a mistake there. But the guy I like this year, and if Kels and Gronkowski are gone, Ertz, Graham, Olsen, I have in front of me. I gotta love myself some Evan Ingram.
Wow.
I'm a believer
What?
in this kid. He's
Over
way
Jimmy
too-
Graham?
Over Jimmy Graham.
I love you. Should be taking Jimmy Graham in that spot right there.
I like Evan Ingram. It's a PPR.
You're a Cowboys fan.
What?
What are you doing? You gotta watch this guy every week.
Hey, you know what? This is fantasy.
Oh.
It's like how that saying goes. Don't let my best
Oh.
team play in my fantasy loss. So there you go. Anyways, I like Ingram.
You do
It's a
have some
mock
good
draft.
sayings.
I'm going to go ahead and say it. I'm taking Evan Ingram.
Oh, man.
Wow. That is.
You should be ashamed of
Wow.
yourself, though.
You should have taken Jimmy Graham right there.
Oh, wow. All right, so following Bart's pick of Evan Ingram, the bold prediction, Tyreek Hill, speedster went. Following Tyreek Hill, Derrick Henry, not a fan of him this year. Bart, you're back up. You have a wide receiver, running back, and a tight end. You're free to go whatever you want now. So who are a couple guys you're looking at, and what are you looking to do with your roster right now?
Let me tell you, I'd like to go ahead and have some parity with what I'm doing. I'm not usually going to draft wide receiver or running back heavy. I like to have a little bit of depth at every position. I still like the depth. At the running back position a little bit later, there's a lot of good rookies that are going to be coming up here down the road. I think I got to stay with wide receivers. I don't like the risk of Josh Gordon. Larry Fitzgerald is old. I think I'm going to have to go
Old
ahead
and
and go.
consistent, though.
Yeah, he is
Never
consistent.
taught him out, just like McCoy.
Yeah, but
This
you know what?
is his last season, and this is last season. He is gonna retire. Fitzgerald is gonna be a beast this year.
In the fourth round, I got, in my mind, I'm looking at Allen Robinson, who's got a little bit of risk here in Chicago, going to a new team. And if I want to go ahead and have an old guy who I think is going to have a great year, it's going to be Demaryius Thomas. I'm going to take some risk. I'm going to go with Allen Robinson.
There you go. I thought you were gonna go with Demaryius.
That's
when
not
you
a
said
bad
that, I thought you were going with Demaryius, and Robinson is the choice there. Good pick, kid. Good pick, big guy.
So following you went Larry Fitzgerald, and I'm up. And let me just say, a guy I also love is still on the board, Amari Cooper. However, I did go wide receiver heavy, so I could stop now and go running backs. Looking at running backs right now, it's about to fall off. You have guys like Alex Collins available, Rashad Penny, Jay Ajayi, Kenyon Drake, Sony Michel, Ronald Jones, Royce Freeman.
Oh, I love Royce Freeman. Right?
So, with all that depth, I'm taking a guy who I think is going to have secured volume this year. And you could be thinking, ooh, it's Alex Collins or Rashad Penny. I'm in on the Alex Collins train. I think they have their offensive guards back this year who are hurt. He was really efficient last year. I can see him doing the same thing. And I like Rashad Penny, but Seattle's offensive line scares me. And it's the same situation as McCoy, but McCoy's proven it before. So I'm going to go ahead and choose Alex Collins. May regret it because of Penny there, but I need a guy who I know is going to get some volume and get some work done, who's proven it in the NFL. So I'm taking Alex Collins there.
So, Justin, I got a question for you. You know, I'm not saying Alex Collins. I'm not a believer in him. He was drafted after Kenneth Dixon I believe in the same draft. Kenneth Dixon missed last year with a knee injury and a PED. I don't hear anybody talk about Kenneth Dixon. What's your slant on this kid?
So on our most recent episode, our breakouts, a guy touted at Kenneth Dixon saying he's a better pass protector and all that, but we've never really seen him fully healthy. So I think the upside's there. I think Harbaugh could implement him in the thing. But with Alex Collins doing as well as he did last year, I feel like fourth round's a good price for him. And I'm not sold saying, oh, Alex Collins is my guy. But at this point where I went 3 wide receivers, I'm taking a guy who I think is going to have volume and be a safer pick compared to a guy with upside like Rashad Penny or Ronald Jones or Royce Freeman. So rather than taking a rookie, I'm hoping one of those fall back to me. But Kenneth Dixon could get some work, and if he does, I think he can be good. So I can probably get him for free later in a draft if they want to. Not as a handcuff, but as a guy who's a lottery ticket.
Not if you're playing against me.
Following me went Josh Gordon. Dad, you're up. You went 3 running backs back to back to back to back. What do you got now?
Do it, Paulie. 4 running backs.
I got Barkley, McKinnon, and Geis. Who I really love right here in this spot. I got to take a wide receiver right here.
Who's it going to be? Who you looking at?
I like Demaryius Thomas right here. I like Amari Cooper. Golden Tate's there, but Brandon Cooks is there. You know,
Play the music.
I didn't like this guy in the beginning. A couple episodes ago in the wide receiver part 1, I didn't like Amari Cooper.
Part Part 2. I sold you on him.
Part 2. But since then, doing a little more research and stuff, I'm kind of on the Amari Cooper. I do like Demaryius Thomas to have a rebound year this year.
Who you taking? Come on.
I'm going to stop talking to you at work because I have a feeling I know who you're going to take.
I'm taking Amari Cooper.
Oh, I know you were.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
We're going to take him, even though I was against him.
You hated him.
I did hate him, but things changed.
All right, so following
It's
Amari
early
Cooper,
in the year.
it went Demaryius Thomas. Tom, you are up. You went quarterback early. What are you looking at here? You have David Johnson, A.J. Green.
David Johnson, A.J. Green, and the number 1 quarterback in the league this year.
I
Take
don't know how
Deshaun
you think
Watson.
that.
So we got some tough choices right here. You know what? I'm gonna make my strategy even harder right now.
Taking
Okay,
a tight end.
and I'm gonna go with Zach Ertz right now.
Hey.
As
I like
much
the
as I
bold.
like one of these guys later, and once somebody picks him, I'll tell you who the guy is. But I'm gonna take me some Zach Ertz.
You know what? I respect that pick. I like it. It's a different strategy, but hey, get to see how that one works out. Nate is up to draft. So Nate currently has Antonio Brown, Christian McCaffrey, Adam Thielen.
One of the neat things about this draft that I like, Paulie, is that I like your Amari Cooper pick because when you go heavy 3 running backs, you got
Yes.
to take some risks.
You gotta.
You can't
You
take
gotta.
the steady and easy guy at that point. You got to take upside, and then you'll roll with the ad drops and trades.
I would have been
down the
happy
road.
with him or Demaryius Thomas right there.
I think Demaryius is not going to get you to where you need to be. Amari has that kind of upside. That
Like I said, in the beginning, I was down on Amari Cooper, but after a couple weeks doing some research,
And a couple
I'm on his train
conversations
now.
at work.
All right, so Nate took Rashad Penny. He's got 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, pretty balanced. Team number 3 took Juju Smith-Schuster with Le'Veon Bell. I'm okay with that. Jay Ajayi went, and then now Tony is up. He has 1 tight end, 1 quarterback, 1 running back. Who are his 2 picks going to be?
I figure I need a wide receiver, so just because I love his name, I'm going to pick Golden Taint.
Golden Taint.
Yeah, that's a good pick right there.
all right, Tony.
Who doesn't love
Follow
a
it
golden taint?
I have to go with the Golden Taint.
Even though Marvin Jones is the guy there, but you can take Golden Tate.
That's fine. And
Taint. He said
I might as well do another wide receiver at this time. So we'll just go with the Debbie from accounting selection and grab the next best player.
Alshon Jeffrey. Kenyon Drake went, then Lamar Miller, and now Nate is up again. He took Rashad Penny last. He has 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, pretty balanced so far. See what he does here. And then Tom, you're coming up next. You have 1 of everything. Kickers next.
Brutal right here.
Tom, you are up.
Some Tom Brady action. Woo! All right, so sitting here with everybody on the board.
Everybody's on the board.
Everybody. And I got 1 of everything. So we got to look through the computer here.
I know who I'd take here.
We got some Brandon Cook sitting there. We got some Jimmy Graham. Somebody loves Jimmy Graham, I know that.
I love Jimmy Graham.
Sonny Michelle, Mark Ingram. But you know what? We're going to stick with Brandon Cooks, baby.
That's a good pick right there.
Following Brandon Cooks went to Deshaun Watson, and now, Dad, you are up. You have 3 running backs, 1 wide receiver. Your guy you're touting all season long is on the board still. If you don't take him, you're a hypocrite.
My 2 guys I've been talking about all year on the board right there.
Well, you have 3 guys right now you love on the
Hang
board.
on,
right now.
hold on now. You got. I love Jimmy Graham. He's right there.
Oh, my God. Don't do
I love Marvin Jones. He's right there.
Did you forget who the
And
third guy
you
was?
love Royce Freeman. He's still there. So,
But I already have 3 running backs, so I also like Watkins right there. I like Crabtree right there. Oh, man. I got 4 guys to choose from, you know?
you hear that, Dad? Jeopardy music playing.
This episode is sponsored by Wolf Hollow Triple
You got
Growler.
Emmanuel Sanders. Right? You know, I
Only 4.6.
I need to get a sound effect that says Daddy Junior.
I wish I remember what the name of that was.
Billy Madison.
I'm going to take my boy Jimmy Graham right there, baby, because I
No,
love
Jimmy
Jimmy.
He's yelling.
People are gonna be listening into that car like, whoa, this guy's loud. Okay, so Jimmy Graham, your guy, take him.
Did I tell you I love my team
Can
right now?
you take
Pick
him,
him.
please? And then after Jimmy Graham went someone. Still waiting you to hit draft, Dad.
It's already picked.
It's not picked.
Oh, it isn't. No.
Jimmy Graham. Ronald Jones went.
Ronald Jones.
And the guy I was thinking about taking last round fell to me. I don't have to tell you who's available. I have 3 wide receivers. Alex Collins. Royce Freeman is still there. He's on my team now.
Don't take
Royce Freeman on my team, 5th round. I love that. Russell
my
Wilson
guy.
followed me. Bart, you are up. Who are the guys you're looking at?
Fantastic.
What does your roster look like right now?
All right. So right now, what I started off with is Julio Jones and Devontae Freeman. I went ahead and am in the tight end early, so I picked Evan Engram, who I like is kind of a breakout candidate at the tight end position. Followed that up with Allen Robinson. So now I'm here in my 5th round. I am going to go ahead because I think really your wide receivers are at a kind of a premium. So I'm looking at Marvin Jones. I'm looking at Jarvis Landry. Not crazy about him in Cleveland. Just not sure what he's going to do. Sammy Watkins is amazing, but again, just too much uncertainty.
That's the guy.
They paid him $50
You have
million
two
for a reason.
you have
$50 million.
I got 2 guys I hope fall to me right now. 2 of them.
And I got to tell you, the
I'm going to
safe,
take both of them.
my
Both
steady Eddie here is Michael Crabtree for sure. That's
Whoa!
our
Don't laugh at Michael Crabtree.
But you know what? I'm going Marvin Jones because he was what? Number 12 wide receiver
dad's
last
happy about
year.
that.
I love Marvin Jones.
Paulie talked him into it.
Woo!
All right, following Marvin Jones with 2 running backs, Bart, Mark Ingram, and Sonny Michel off the board. You're up again. What are you looking at here?
All right.
Up
So
already.
Same guys you're talking
I'm
about.
at the running back position. Now I'm going to go ahead and look to go here. I'm definitely taking a break at quarterback. So I got Deion Lewis, Tariq Cohen, Tevin Coleman, Marlon Mack, Kerryon Johnson, Marshawn Lynch on my watch list. All the aforementioned guys were ahead. I really like Kerryon Johnson in Detroit. Again, I'm a dynasty player. I like the kid. I'm picking him.
Kerryon
That's a
Johnson off the
bold
board.
pick right there. I got
Chris
respect
Hogan
for that one.
off the board. And
Hogan was one of the guys I was looking at because you know what? He's going to step up this year.
I'm sitting here in the 6th round, and we already talked about how way down quarterback's ideal here, but I don't mind stacking Michael Thomas and Drew Brees at this point in the 6th round. So Drew Brees is available.
Love Drew
If I took
Brees.
Drew Brees, he'd be right now the 6th quarterback off the board.
Oh,
And
boom!
I'm not even complaining about that. I'm taking Drew Brees' pick over Kirk Cousins. Drew Brees is my number 3 quarterback this year. Boom. Selected.
Drop the mic, Justin.
Following
Drop
that,
it.
when Deion Lewis, Dad, you're up. Who you looking at here?
I
Give me your 3 or 4
gotta
guys.
take a wide receiver in a spot here.
Your team is awful. Who are you taking here?
What did you just say?
I love Jimmy Graham.
You know, you got Landry there. You got Watkins there.
The guy you
Crabtree.
love, Crabtree. Oh, Crabtree.
I love Crabtree. I love Watkins there.
Emmanuel Sanders is still there.
Emmanuel Sanders. You know, I'm gonna take a shot because I think
You think?
Hill is gonna regress there. I am taking Sammy Watkins right there in
That's a
that
good
spot.
pick right there. We like
Sammy
Watkins.
Watkins. They paid him $50 million for a
You
reason.
don't have to get into this mic, dude. It's a long
That's
mic.
$50 million
It's
for
a-
Paulie.
There you go.
I got to tell you, you're not a good drafter, but that's the best pick you made all time.
Greg Olsen
Look at my
follows
team.
you.
Look at my team right
And
now.
then Tom is up. He already took Brandon Cooks last round. He has Brandon Cooks, Zach Ertz, Cam Newton, AJ Green, David Johnson. Remember, you went with the early quarterback strat. Tom, what are you looking at here? You have 1 running back.
It was tough. I was hoping either Chris Hogan or Sammy Watkins was going to fall to me. So
You better take a
now it's
running
gonna,
back.
now it's gonna start looking a little bit iffy, and I gotta do a little bit of research here. Flip through some pages.
I already know who you're gonna
There's
take.
one guy, if you're looking for wide receiver, who I love at this point. I don't mind reaching for in the 6th round, and that's Jamison Crowder. I am all in on Jamison Crowder this year. We talked about him in the Breakouts episode. I like him over Michael Crabtree, over Corey Davis. He's my number 24 wide receiver this year. I am all in on him. Running backs, you got guys like Tariq Cohen, Tevin Coleman, Marlon Mack, Marshawn Lynch, Chris Thompson, and a guy who my dad and I both love, Rex Burkhead, is still available. We love Rex Burkhead this year.
You got one running
And
back right
You-
now. I
you
know.
know,
I
you
know. Who I
know,
would take
you
right
know,
here.
you love me. I love me some Rex Burkhead. I love Rex.
You got
I
it?
love Robert Woods right here.
Hey, you have Brandon Cooks, though.
I
That's
love
the thing.
Crabtree. I know. It's
So-
you know what? We're gonna go with Sexy Rexy, I think.
Sexy
We're gonna
Rexy.
go with some Rex
That's a good pick right there. I would have taken Tariq Cohen right there, but
Burkhead. You know what?
that's
Nobody-
a good pick.
After looking at your draft,
That's a
nobody
good pick.
cares what you're
All
going
right,
to
Nate
take.
is up. He took Tom Brady last. He has 2 wide receivers, 2 running backs, and a great quarterback. Let's see what he does here. Tom, how do you take Carlos Hyde?
That's terrible.
Ooh, you suck.
You
Oh,
picked the wrong guy.
Yeah, you took Carlos Hyde. Give it up for Carlos Hyde, Tommy. Yeah, baby.
then Nate got Rex Burkhead.
Really,
Following that
Tom?
one, Jarvis Landry,
You're not
Michael
even
Crabtree.
really, Tom.
We'll switch that around. It's
You're
fine.
the
And
champ of
Tony-
the mock draft. Yeah.
Tony is
How'd that
up.
work out for you?
Tony is up right now.
Let me get through my sheets here. Hold
So
on.
we're in a backlog there, and you know what?
You know what? You know what?
I guess I clicked the wrong button.
I gotta
and
tell
I got Carlos Hyde.
I gotta tell you, I'm not much better. I have 2 Atlanta Falcons, 2 Detroit
Oh.
Lions.
Tony with 2 great picks. He takes Tariq Cohen and
Yeah,
Corey Davis.
Tony. That's what I'm talking about, Tony.
My sheets were showing me that.
Tariq Cohen and Corey Davis right there, back to back
Call
by
his account
Tony.
manager.
That's it.
Got the inside scoop. Julian Edelman followed that with Tevin Coleman. Nate is up again. He stole Rex Burkhead.
Good pick,
Literally
Nate.
stole him.
Nate, Rex Burkhead, Nate. Good pick.
But I got Carlos Hyde. And you know what?
Boo.
Carlos Hyde, Cleveland, you watch. By 2020, Cleveland will be in the Super Bowl.
2020.
You watch. By 2020, Cleveland will be in the Super Bowl.
The other thing I
Nate just picked Jamison Crowder.
That's my guy. I was hoping to follow me. It's all right there.
That is a great pick, Nate.
The other thing
Tom, you were up.
The other thing I like here is of Hyde is not going to be in Cleveland that long. I think he's going to get traded. At some
Adrian
point.
Peterson situation this year.
Exactly.
Yep.
And I think Chubb's going to step up, be the guy by midseason. Hyde's going to find himself a new home to play at.
So we're
That's
going to
two
go on
correct
one of the new high-powered offenses.
The
Nice
Rams.
coach, new quarterback, number 1 receiver, quick run and shoot. I'm going to go with some Pierre Garçon.
That's a good pick.
Like
right
Pierre
there.
Garçon.
I like that pick.
My
right
dad
there.
likes Goodman
Of course
more.
you like that pick.
I like
Because
that
I'm
pick.
the man. I am winning this draft. I'm crushing all of you right now.
That is so wrong. Down the wrong.
It's a mock draft, Tom.
You can still win the draft.
'Cause my
I
pick-
heard this on one of the podcasts before. You can win the draft. No, they wouldn't lie on podcasts.
Watch this pick right
Marlon
here,
Mack
Tom.
followed the pick of Pierre Garçon. Dad, you're up. Who are you looking at? Give us 3 guys you're looking at before you select. And should we
Well,
please
I
try
already
and
know.
make it quick.
I
It's a
already
mock
know
draft.
who I'm taking.
Make it quick.
I'm taking a wide
Just
receiver
say it,
here.
dude. You've been waiting like 3
got-
minutes every single pick.
Yeah,
Send it
well,
out.
Get
I'm
you
just going
under.
to say it. I am taking Emmanuel Sanders right here. The steal of the draft right here. At his value, he is going to be a beast.
All right, 7th round. Following him when Carson Wentz. I am up. I took Drew Brees last round. Royce Freeman, Alex Collins, Stephon Diggs, Michael Thomas, Odell Beckham's on my roster. I'm pretty balanced. Tight ends available. You got Kyle Rudolph. You got Delaney Walker. We'll see. I probably get one of those on the turn, hopefully, because Bart already has an early tight end. I'm hoping that my best bet is that one of them falls to me. I'll get a wide receiver for my flex spot here. I'm looking at Randall Cobb, Devin Funches, maybe a little lower. You got guys like, Marquise Goodwin still there. No guys that really jump out at me. But at running back, a guy who's going to get the ball is Chris Thompson. He's going to be 3rd down, but I'm not taking him. I'm taking C.J. Anderson.
That is
guy
a good
they brought
pick.
in.
That
A
is a
little bit of a
good
reach,
pick
but
right
in
there.
this spot right
Oh,
here, I
that's
kind
a
of had to
good
go
pick.
for it. I'm taking it. So C.J. Anderson
I like
selected.
that pick.
Will Fuller followed me, and Bart, you were up.
All right, so I'm looking at being at the 11 spot. I'm taking a look at the 12 owner because I think that's always a good idea. What's going to come back to me in 2 spots? This gent's got, or the computer, has a bunch of running backs. So he's kind of forcing me to think he's going to pick some wide receivers here. At least I hope he is. So I got Cobb, Funches, Cup, Woods, Nelson, and Parker in front of me. All of them kind of that no man's land. I think I'm going to go ahead and pick Randall Cobb here.
Randall Cobb's a good pick. I agree with that. Lynch followed you, and then Rudolph followed. So who are you looking at now? This guy has 6 running backs. Holy crap.
Yeah. So
6 running
here I'm going to
backs.
go ahead and I'm going to go back to running back.
Oh,
I got
boy.
Chris Thompson, Aaron Jones,
Here we go.
Isaiah Crowell, Duke
Somebody's
Johnson,
getting a Chubb.
Nick Chubb.
Somebody's
he knows me.
getting a Chubb.
I love Chubby Buddy. I got Nick Chubb.
Somebody's
Nick
getting
Chubb.
a Chubb.
Following him with Chris Thompson, I am up in a tight end. I don't really want to miss out on any more, so I'm going to take Delaney Walker, consistent every single year,
Mr.
8th round.
Consistency
Not that
right
bad.
there.
Following me with Trey Burton, so I'm glad I took a tight end right there. Dad, you were up. Give us a few guys you're looking at quickly.
Well, I got three running backs, 3 wide receivers, and a tight end. So in this spot here, let's see who's
no
available.
quarterback yet.
Duke Johnson, Woods, Nelson, Reed, Garoppolo, Parker,
Oh, yeah, definitely some back.
Alan Hearns, who is the number 1 in Dallas, is still available.
You
Even though
can't
I,
take him just because you touted Gallup so much.
I love Gallup there, but he's still a number 1 in Dallas, so he's still got to be in the conversation right
Who are
there.
you taking?
Spit it out.
In that spot right there, I'm going to take the upside of Devontae Parker.
That's not a bad pick right there. All right, so following Devontae Parker, it went Aaron Jones, and now Tom, you were up.
Whoa.
Give us a couple guys you're looking at. Just a couple of three.
Paulie, nice wide receivers. After starting heavy.
Yes.
I'm not crazy about your 3 running backs, but
What?
some pretty
What? What's wrong with my 3 running backs? 2
Well,
rookies and
guys
Jarrett
are mixing.
McKinnon.
All right.
well, I love Barkley. McKinnon's pretty good.
5. I got AJ Green. I got another tier 1. Cam Newton, tier 1.
Not.
Zach Ertz, tier 1. Brandon Cooks, yeah, you could, you don't know. And then I got Snipe.
Tom, give us 3 guys you're looking at real quick, and who you're gonna choose. One of them's gotta be your guy.
Let's see. So, Parker was one of the guys I was sitting there. I was hoping it was going to fall to me.
Not.
I know. That's not going to happen. You got Jamal Williams, because he's going to get some play. He's going to win that job because the other dude is just...
He's got every opportunity right now.
He's got every opportunity.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
You know, but I got one of them old dudes that just sitting there. Just sitting there. Playing out there in Oakland. So get me some Jordy Nelson right here.
All right. Nate is up to draft.
That's not a
Thomas
bad
took
pick
Jordy
right there.
Nelson. We've got some pretty good teams right now, and we're going to link the results down in the description below. So if you're on YouTube or whatever, we'll put this up on YouTube, the whole thing. So it's just go on there, go to the description, click on that, you'll see it. I'll probably put the picture on the draft thing, so if you're watching on YouTube, you can see how it goes. And Subscriber League, once again, comment #Subscriber League in the YouTube comments and give us a sentence or two why.
Make sure you guys get them points. You want to get in that league. That's an all-year league.
If you're on YouTube, listen to this, get the video a like, subscribe, helps us out a lot. So Nate just took Robert Woods, the Duke Johnson followed, Kirk Cousins went, and Harry, you're up.
Harry.
Tony.
Harry.
Isaiah
picks.
Crowell is who Tony took, and he's following it up with probably a wide receiver, would be my guess, and anything. Devin Funchess, there it is, boom.
There it is.
Cooper Cup,
Probably gonna be
well,
a wide receiver here.
Jacksonville defense. First defense off the board by computer. Nate is up. All right, so Nate took Jordan Reed. Tom, you are up.
So we got a couple guys. Jamal Williams. Oh, that's it in the running back right now. I like Alan Hearns, my man from the Cowboys, is there. Number 1. How do you not freaking
Whoa,
take?
here's how you not take
my
him. You have Carlos Hyde and
God.
David Johnson. That's how you not.
Oh, I know. So you know what? I'm going to count on my man Jamal Williams just winning that job because Aaron Jones, he's going to stay out on his whatever drug inspection he's on or drug charge he's on.
All right, so Jamal Williams off the board. Jimmy G went over Stafford. Don't agree with that. Dad, you were up, and Stafford's sitting there for you if you're looking for a quarterback. Who are you looking at right here? Give us 2 guys.
Jimmy Garoppolo.
I like Stafford right there in that position.
But you take forever to pick, so come on. It's a mock draft, dude. It's a
I
mock
like
draft.
Listen, like you said, you can't win the draft, Paul.
Well, you can't win a draft because it's just a mock draft. I'm going to take a running back right here, and I'm going to reach for Naheem Hines right here.
I sold you
Take
on
a
him,
running
too.
back right
What
there.
a wasted pick.
Someone's
We are in the 9th
Someone's
round.
having something in the
The
background.
running backs are getting scarce. I'm taking him right there.
9th round.
I am taking him
Really?
right there.
Oh my God.
He's taking
Paul.
Naheem Hines, so following Naheem Hines went
Hit him with the
Ty Montgomery. I am sitting here. I have 3 running backs, tight end, quarterback, the 9-9. I mean, I'll start shooting for some wide receiver picks, and Alan Hearns is here. He's the wide receiver 1 in Dallas. I'll take him right there. Following me went a second defense off the board. Minnesota. Bart, you are up. You do not have a quarterback yet, and I was just touting Matthew Stafford. I don't know if you're going to reach for him right here, but let's hear your thought process.
You know what, Justin, you're right on the board, but I got Kerryon Johnson and I got
Marvin Jones.
Marvin Jones.
Stack
so
it up.
why not? Let's stack it. I
Stack
got
it,
Matthew
Triple
Stafford.
stack. DraftKings winner.
There you go.
Following him with Robbie Anderson and Matt Ryan. Oh, Matt Ryan. Ugh. All right. Who are you looking at here, Bart?
So I'm looking back here. I wound up having 4 wide receivers who I'm pretty happy with. I have 3 running backs, so I think I got to go running back here again. Looking at this, Corey Clement, I'm not completely sold on. Devontae Freeman's coming off of the Achilles. I think I'm going to have to reach down a little bit further down the board, and oh boy. No, I can't go Theo Riddick, so I'm going to have to go Giovanni Bernard.
I'm okay with that. I would have took a guy, Corey Clement, that you're talking about. Ajayi has an injury history kind of thing, so I would have probably took him because he's going to have a role regardless of the injury. And if Ajayi does somehow get injured, hopefully not. We don't like push injured, but if he does, then Clement, I think, steps into that workhorse role in the meantime while Ajayi's out. But that's if he gets injured. I'm sitting here. I just took Alan Hearns last round. I'm looking at running backs, and unfortunately, Clement just went right before me. So I can take another upside shot in DJ Moore. Cam Newton, you're all in on Tom, so I took one of the wide receivers with Cam Newton right there. Calvin really followed me. That's 2 rookies back-to-back. Dad, you are up. We're doing 20-second picks now.
I got to take a quarterback here. There's only 2 teams without a quarterback. I'm one of them. I love Andrew Luck in this spot, but I also love Phillip Rivers right here. I'm going to take Phillip Rivers right here in this spot.
Bad pick, always top 12. Following you in Delonta Foreman. Coming off the Achilles, probably on pup list, but hey, the computer doesn't know that. So, Tom, you are up.
The computer doesn't know that.
In defense early. And I'm going to take the Rams.
All right.
In the 10th round, really? Really, in the 10th round?
In the 10th round, because they are the best defense out there. The D-line's going to shut everybody down this year. Nobody's going to pass
Chargers
against them.
defense went to Nate, like father, like son right there. Boom. Marquise Goodwin. Nelson Aguilar.
Love Marcus
Tony's
Goodwin.
up.
Tony.
It feels like a good time to take a defense.
Eagles. He's following the runs.
Eagles.
He got the runs, too. He's got the runs.
Tony.
All right. You're up again, Tony.
All right.
All right.
Oh, yeah. All right.
There's a couple guys on the board, not that many. Let's do a little bit roster review. Let's go through our rosters really quickly. Not say anything about it, just say who we have. So, Tom, who do you have on your team right now?
Wow, you caught me off guard there, brother. So, David Johnson, A.J. Green, Cam Newton, Zach Ertz, which all on my tiers are all number 1 dudes. Brandon Cooks, Carlos Hyde, which, I clicked the wrong button.
Carlos Hyde is who you got. Don't even just go. Keep going. Don't even stop. Don't explain why you got Carlos Hyde. You got him.
Are you done?
Yep, I'm done.
Paulie?
I'm done.
All right. So then we end up with Pierre Garcon, old man Jordy Nelson, Jamal Williams, who's going to get that job and roll with it all year, and then the number 1 defense in the Rams.
All right, Dad, who do you have quickly? Just list them off.
I got Barkley, McKinnon, Geis, Amari Cooper, Jimmy Graham, who I love Jimmy Graham, Sammy Watkins, Emmanuel Sanders, Devontae Parker, Naheem Hines, and Phillip Rivers. I love my team right now.
And I went with the wide receiver heavy. I have Odell Beckham, Michael Thomas, Stephon Diggs, Alex Collins, Royce Freeman. You can say you love him. Drew Brees, C.J.
Royce.
Anderson, Delaney Walker. Those are 3 of our values we listed this year. Alan Hearns and DJ Moore. Bart, who do you have?
So I started off my draft with Julio Jones. I have Devontae Freeman, Evan Engram, Allen Robinson, Marvin Jones, Kerryon Johnson, Randall Cobb, Nick Chubb, Matthew Stafford, and Giovanni Bernard.
You love you some Chubb.
All right, Tom, you are up. 26 picks. Let's get it.
All right. So we're going to go, as much as I hate the freaking Giants, I'm going to go with me some Sterling Shepard right now.
Great
take
value pick in
Shepard
the 11th
there.
round.
You got to take him in the 11th round right there.
There's 5 rounds left after this round. Dad, you are up. Timer is taken. 60 minutes. He's at the point.
I'm going to take a guy. I'm going to reach for him a little bit. I'm going to take a Rashard Matthews from Tennessee.
It's a great pick right there. Following Rashard Matthews and Jared Goff, I am sitting here. Running backs available, Devontae Booker, Chris Carson, Theo Riddick. And we're talking about how we don't know if, what's his name? Dalvin Cook's coming back from injury. Latavius Murray, I'll take him. He has league-winning potential, I think, this year. And Martavis Bryant follows me. Bart, who would you take right here?
All right, there's a bunch of good wide receivers still on the board. Not crazy upside guys, but guys who you can go ahead and play every week. I think I'm going to stay steady and easy. I'm going to play myself some Marquise Lee.
All right, following you went Patrick Mahomes and Jack Doyle. Who are you taking now?
All right, so I got Kenny Stills, Mike Williams, Cameron Meredith, Geronimo Allison. I know one of the other guys here is completely in love with Geronimo Allison, but I think I like the rookie. I'm going to take a little bit of a lottery pick, Mike Williams from the Chargers.
It's a good pick right there. I agree with that. Devontae Booker followed you. And I already have 5 wide receivers, a couple studs. Latavius Murray I just got. And we were talking about Kenneth Dixon earlier.
Sneaky bastard.
So,
I talk about him on the way out here, and you
Same
just
here.
snake him on me.
Nice pick, Bart.
That's going to be the last time
Nice
I say
pick, Bart.
anything. I'm done with you, Bart.
I'm taking Kenneth Dixon here. Boom, got my guy. Houston Texans defense foul. Dad, you're up.
I'm taking one of my sleeper picks right here. You already know who he is if you listen to the podcast. Cameron Meredith.
Good pick right
New
there.
Orleans.
Hit the draft button.
Boom.
Following you went Chris Carson. Tom, you are up. Who you taking here?
All right, let me get to my watch list here. So,
Couple guys I love right the spot. I love Kenny Stills. You got Allison, who you like. Kenny Galladay this year, I'm all in on. Tyler Lockett. Also, a guy I like later is Mike Wallace.
I see my guy right now.
Yeah, you see him?
I see him.
Is it Carlos Hyde?
There's a guy, a rookie last year. You know, he didn't do nothing. He's just sitting there right now. Number one, he's gonna break out this year. Josh Doxson.
The upside's there. I think Paul Richardson takes that number 2 job there. That's just my opinion, though. Nate is up. Josh Doxson has a lot of upside, but I like Paul Richardson to take the number 2 spot.
Paul Richardson is not doing nothing.
That is so wrong. Down the wrong.
They booted him out of Seattle because he couldn't catch a ball because he's small.
And they signed
Oh,
him.
I had him last year.
Josh
He did good for me last
Doxson
year.
is
Nate-
a beast.
Nate took LeGarrette Blount, following that with Kenny Stills, Steele Riddick. Tony's up with back-to-back picks here. He's going to have the best picks of the draft. I can see it. Kathy from McCowan. It doesn't matter.
Hey, Rice.
It's not fair. We are all at a disadvantage. He's an inside source. So
Tony has an inside source?
Yes.
Tony, really? You're holding out on us?
Absolutely.
Ooh, Mariota.
Mariota off the
He's going
board.
to be a stud with that new coordinator there.
I like him. I touted him on the breakouts piece. Post-type breakout.
Big
Whoa,
time.
whoa.
Following
This
that
is
one,
two
Broncos
quarterbacks?
defense. He's got 3 here. Denver Broncos defense, Alex Smith, Tyler Eifert. Nate is up to pick. Allison's still on the board. I know Tom loves him. Tyler Lockett, Galladay. 3 of those guys are there. Gallup, your guy dad, are still available. There's 4 guys right there. Anthony Miller in Chicago, I'm okay with. There's some word around town that Jordan Matthews for a slot job in New England while Edelman's out. I'm not buying it, but we'll see. And a guy I like a lot this year, Austin Eckler, is still available. Hopefully he falls to me. I'll be taking him. If you heard our guest Kyle Dvoracek talk about him on our sleepers, he sold me on him, and I'm all in on Austin Eckler this year.
Kyle was awesome.
Kyle was awesome. Once again, thank you guys for listening to the episode. Go check out the values episode. And if you're on YouTube, we are a podcast first, so go check us out on whatever device you have. We are on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, and Stitcher.
Get them points to get in that league.
Yeah, the description below will just give you the layout on how to get those points. Write a 5-star review. Not only do we shout you out, but you get 5 entry points to the league. That's 5. That's 5 times more than 1.
5 times more than 1, baby. Next week we'll be picking our first guy in.
That was a little slow, but we'll take it. Austin Eckler. All right, Nate. You just took Austin Eckler on me. Tom is up. What are you looking at here, Tom?
All right, so I know I need another. I could use some more running backs.
You could
I'm
use a
good
lot of
at
things.
wide receiver. I know my team is stacked.
You
so
got
don't
Carlos
even try
Hyde
that
though.
over
You got
there.
Carlos Hyde. You don't need no one else.
I'm gonna go with the pass catching back in New England since Rex Burkhead got snaked on me. I'm gonna go with James White.
James White. Following that with Geronimo Allison.
Oh, my pick! Oh, I thought for sure he'd be here 2 more rounds. Who's that guy after me?
We'll find him. I'm gonna track the IP address. We're gonna go to his house and we're gonna have some lessons with him.
Nate, you gotta drive.
All right, Dad, quickly. What do you got here? You got 2 more rounds.
I would like to take a backup quarterback right here, but I'm going to take my guy from Dallas, Michael Gallup, right here.
That's a bold prediction.
I am going to take him right here in this spot.
I'm going to take a guy who's going to break out this year, Tyler Lockett. Everyone's there. Greg's already on the first kicker, went off the board. Following me went Kenny Galladay, and Bart is up. I know you wanted another Detroit Lions player in Kenny Galladay, but you didn't get him. So who are you looking at here, Bart?
Let me tell you, actually, Justin, you snaked Tyler Lockett on me. I think being a year off that nasty fracture he had 2 years ago in the playoffs, this kid he's primed for a breakout. So I kind of got stuck here. I'm going to go ahead, and I'm not crazy about any of the running backs that are available. I really don't want to pick a second quarterback. So I'm going to look at tight end. I'm going to take somebody who I like as a breakout kind of guy. I'm going to take myself some Vance McDonald.
It's a good pick right there. I like O.J. Howard a lot more, but hey, it's just me. Baltimore Ravens defense followed you. Then Gostowski, you are up again. And pop goes the Weasel.
And the Weasel goes pop.
What saying is that?
And we got 3 rounds left. We still got to get kicker and defense in here, so finish it
How
up.
many rounds we doing?
Yeah, 2 more.
16.
3 more, including this
16.
one. Yeah. We're in round 14 right now.
So you got to pick a defense and a kicker. Now.
And it's your pick, so make a pick.
No, it is mine.
I know you're sitting next to Paul, but you don't have to be as slow as him.
All right, here we go. I'm going to go ahead and pick myself
Slow
a defense.
means wisdom.
I really like New Orleans defense. They went ahead and drafted that rookie who's supposed to be really hot this year. I think I'm going to take myself. No.
You switch it up.
No, here we go. I'm going to take a risk. I like myself the Browns defense this year.
You serious?
I like all those rookie picks they got.
There we
Why
go.
not?
Derek Carr followed it.
Always,
Where's the music?
always time to go ahead and add and drop a defense.
That was nasty. Oh my god.
All right, following Browns defense with Derek Carr. I'm taking O.J. Howard. I think he's top 12 this year. Bold prediction. Matt Breida went. Dad, you're up.
I'm going to take a backup quarterback right here.
Oh boy. Take your boy.
I'm taking Jameson Winston after his suspension.
Jameson Winston.
That's terrible.
There's
Yep.
a guy here. You
Bang.
There's a guy
Play the
here.
music.
There's a
As my
guy.
backup quarterback, yes, sir.
Justin said you've been doing your homework.
As my backup quarterback, yes, sir.
God.
There's a guy here who says top 12. Eli Manning.
Oh
You're
my
not taking your guy who says top 12.
God.
You made a bet with me saying Eli Manning's top 12. You're taking Jameis Winston over him. That's awful. That's terrible. I'll play that sound bit right there. Saints defense and Eli Manning. Tom took. Nate is up.
As much as I'm a Cowboys fan, diehard, how do you not take Eli
Austin
Manning
Sperry and
right
Jenkins,
there?
Dak Prescott, Danny Amendola. Kathy from Accountant has back-to-back picks.
Paul, you should be ashamed of yourself.
I am a little.
You should.
That was the worst draft decision
You should
I've
not
ever
have
heard.
finished that round.
I was getting pressured right there. I was getting pressured.
Kalen Balaj. Oh,
Love it. I
tell
love
you,
it.
he
I
has
love
an
it.
inside source. We gotta find this inside
Boom!
source.
Who's this
Blah
Kathy?
blah 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 blah. Justin Tucker, Will Lutz. Nate is up, kicker and defense. He already has defense, so these are the last 2 picks. We're just gonna do some dart throws. Dan Bailey's going. Tom,
Didn't
you're
you,
up.
you snake over there? You snake took my Cowboys guy. Oh. All right. Do I stay into the same division? Nah. Oh, it's killing me here. What am I gonna do? Jake Elliott.
30 seconds.
There you go, Jake Elliott, Matt Bryant. Dad, you are up.
All right, so I got one more for a sleeper, right?
Yeah, one more to start throw. Dad, who you taking?
We're going to take the Bears defense.
Dude, next time you gotta do it.
All right,
goodness.
Bears defense. D.D. Westbrook went. I'm sitting here.
Oh, my
I'll take.
goodness.
I'm
really?
throwing dart throws. I don't know matchups,
That
but I'll
late
take the
round?
Patriots defense. Njoku followed me. Bart, you were up. Last 2 picks
All
of the
right,
draft.
here we go. Jonathan Stewart.
Good
Can
to see.
Barkley stay healthy all year? Does he learn all the stuff in the offense? It's worth at this point taking
Miller,
Jonathan
Deshaun
Stewart.
Jackson, and then your
And you
bump
know what?
kicker.
I got to go ahead and go with my old faithful, the Polish cannon, Sebastian Janikowski.
Boom. Then Matt Prater went. I am sitting here.
Yes.
I'll take Graham Gano. I saw him on that video on Twitter with the kickball game. He launched that ball like 500 feet. I can see that happening this year. Christian Kirk went. Dad, you're up. Takes a kicker. Doesn't
Taking
really
Robbie
matter.
Gould.
And then the last pick, Spencer Ware. Tom throws your last deep sleeper here.
Oh my lord, I got a little caught off guard here.
Quincy
so.
Enunwa. That's a good guy right there.
Quincy Enunwa. Oh my lord. All right, hold on. You gotta give me 1 second. All right. So how is this guy in New England still sitting there? Okay, he's got the crazy potential. He's got the potential to be the number 1 there.
I think that's
I didn't get Chris Hogan. I'm gonna take Jordan Matthews.
There it is. Jordan Matthews went. Nate is up. Last pick of the draft.
That's
He's throwing-
awesome. Last
He's
pick.
throwing a
Last
dart
pick
from
of
100
the
feet
draft.
away for this pick. Just a lottery ticket. And he took Ted Ginn. Peyton Barber went. Then Carolina Panthers. And the best drafter with the inside source is out with the last pick. I can see a pick that is going to win him the league this year.
Put it on the board, Tony.
What do you think it's gonna be?
Brett Favre.
Brett
Put it
Favre.
on the table.
Ray Rice.
Ray Rice, baby.
Put it on the table, Tony.
He just took Deion Sanders.
Mohamed Sanu.
Harrison Butker, our kicker.
The kicker.
Yeah, so that sums it up.
And the
So,
Wasp.
Tony, you're the number 1 pick. Tony, go over your team. Who you have?
Did
I'm
you?
the number 1 pick.
You're the number 1 pick. Go over your team. Who do you have?
So listen, under much careful deliberation, we went with Todd Gurley as the first round pick.
Tony, you just used the word we. Who is we? You in the computer?
Him and
Him and
You in the
Kathy from
computer.
accounting.
Kathy's
You in the
here.
computer.
Yeah.
Kathy from accounting's in his earpiece.
No, it's up there.
And then, round 2, I thought it was a good time to pick a quarterback, so we went with Aaron Rodgers.
Boom! Best quarterback in the draft, you thought?
Best quarterback.
Aaron Rodgers is not the best quarterback.
You're wrong, Tom.
Cam Newton.
Tom, you're wrong. Stop. Stop, Tom, right now.
Well,
Okay?
after that,
You didn't win the
Put
draft,
it on
Tom.
the
You
board.
didn't win it.
It was a good time for Rob Gronkowski to hit my board. And then,
Number one.
nothing like a golden taint to brighten your day, so we grabbed him, and I know that's an old joke from about
I
an
think
hour
you
ago.
misspelled that, Tony.
Oh, I did?
Or misread it, one or the other.
Misreading. Oh, look, it's Tate. I'm so sorry.
Oh, jeez, did I really mean to say that?
Oh, that's terrible. And then after that, we went
You're
with
going to make
wide
it hard on a
receiver
kid to edit this shit.
Ashton Jeffrey.
Alshon Jeffrey. Come on, Tony.
Then we got some Tariq Cohen,
Just go ahead
some
and read it
Corey
down,
Davis,
please. Thank
who is a nice, good pick. Isaiah Crowell, he's at the Jets now. He could have a starting job. Devin Funches, Philadelphia Eagles, and then he went on the 2 quarterback route and took Andrew Luck and Marcus Mariota along with Aaron Rodgers. Denver Broncos, Kalen Bilal Powell, and Harrison Bucknell. Nate Dogg, you over there, do you want to explain your team?
So my first pick, I got Antonio Brown.
Okay. And you snaked me on Antonio Brown. Go ahead.
Then I got Christian McCaffrey in the 2nd round. Adam Thielen in the 3rd. Rashad Penny in the 4th. Got me some Tom Brady in the 5th round.
Tom.
Some a steal, Rex Burkhead in the 6th round. Jameson Crowder in the 7th. Robert Woods in the 8th. Jordan Reed in the 9th. Chargers D in the 10th round. Big Ben in the 11th. LeGarrette Blount in the 12th round. Austin Eckler in the 13th. Safarian Jenkins 14th. Dan the Man in the 15th. And Ted Ginn in the 16th.
All right.
So I got to tell you, the kid did a good job. He's quite the Padawan over there. But I can tell you, he can't match. If you're a Jedi, you're a Jedi. And you know what? I'm the Jedi.
Yeah,
You roll out David Johnson,
You're right, Tom.
AJ
You won.
Green,
You won, Tom.
Cam Newton, Zach Ertz, Brandon Cooks, Carlos Hyde, Pierre Garçon, Jordy Nelson, Jamal Williams, the Rams defense, Sterling Shepard, Josh Doxson. Are you kidding me with all of this stuff? James White, Eli Manning, which we have 2 Giants fans here, and they don't pick Eli. And then you go to the kicker, and you know what? If Jordan Matthews is sitting there and he's on New England and he's a beast, I'm taking Jordan Matthews. Boom! I'm dropping the mic.
All right, then there comes me. I had the 7th pick. I had to go running back heavy. I took Barkley in the 1st, McKinnon in the 2nd, Geis in the 3rd. Then I took Amari Cooper in the 4th, Jimmy Graham, who I love, in the 5th round. I love Jimmy Graham right there in that spot. Sammy Watkins in the 6th, which I think was a steal, along with Emmanuel Sanders, Devontae Parker. I love those 3 wide receivers right there. Naheem Hines, I took a shot on a rookie running back right there. Then I took a quarterback, Phillip Rivers. Then I took Rashard Matthews, who's been good for Tennessee. Then I took Cameron Meredith, who's one of my sleeper picks, if you listen to that episode. Michael Gallup, who I love Michael Gallup going to Dallas this year. Man, do I love him. Then I took Jameson Winston. That was probably a mistake, but I still took him. Then I took the Bears, and I took Robbie Gould, and that sums up my team.
All right, so this is VTAC. I'm up. I started my draft. I'm supposed to go tight end early. So kind of threw me for a loop here because Gronkowski and Kels went. Usually if I'm going to do the tight end early kind of strategy, I'd be drafting at the beginning of the draft. Or I'm taking them at the end of the draft, assuming I get Gronkowski and Kels. So when I came to Ingram, I was left with Ingram, Ertz, and Graham. and I took the upside on Engram. Julio Jones first, Devontae Freeman second, Evan Engram third, Allen Robinson, Marvin Jones to go ahead and stack my wide receiver group. Then at running back, I took Kerryon Johnson and Nick Chubb, sandwiching Randall Cobb. Needed to take some running backs there that were going to give me some upside and some rookies, so I love me some rookies.
And some Chubb.
And some Chubb.
Bart
All
loves
right.
himself a chubby.
Matthew Stafford is going to be my quarterback, and I'm going to run with him. Too many quarterbacks there to select, so he's going to be the only guy I'm going to run with. Giovanni Bernard, just because at that point in time, everybody's kind of lottery pick. Marquise Lee, Mike Williams to go ahead and round out some of my wide receivers. And then I went ahead and took Vance McDonald just to back up Engram. Cleveland Browns defense as a complete lottery pick. Jonathan Stewart just to snake him from Saquon Barkley's owner. And then Seabass as my kicker.
And then Justin, who left, but he got stuck with the wide receiver. So he had to take 3 right off the bat. So he took Beckham in the first. He took Thomas in the second. Diggs in the third, which is outstanding. He's got 3 top-end wide receivers right there. Then he took Alex Collins, which is okay pick there. Then he took my boy, Royce Freeman. I love Royce Freeman this year. Whoa, man.
You shouldn't have drank that whole growler.
Then he took Drew Brees. So I like Drew Brees in that spot, and I love C.J. Anderson right there. Then he took Delaney Walker, Mr. Consistency. I like his team so far. Then he took Allen Hurns, which is a number 1 in Dallas. Then he took DJ Moore. He took a shot on the rookie right there. They took him for a reason right there. That was the first wide receiver off the board. Then he took Latavius Murray, Kenneth Dixon, Tyler Lockett, O.J. Howard, New England Patriots defense, and then Graham Cano. So overall, we had a fantastic mock draft today. I would just like to thank our guest today. Tom?
Paulie, Justin, you guys were awesome today. You know, we come over here, we get to have some food, have a good time.
Oh, we ate some food, all right. Thanks for bringing that growler of beer, too. We appreciate that.
I really appreciate it, Paul. I had a great time. I'd love to come back and do another draft, so hopefully you'll have us.
We'll have you again, Bart. Thank you for coming. Then you have Nate over there who came.
Yo, Nate!
What's up, Nate?
It was a pleasure.
I hope you had some fun.
Kathy from accounting sitting there.
Yep, Kathy from accounting. Tony over there. How you doing, Tony?
What?
How you doing, buddy? Did you have fun tonight?
Absolutely, always.
All right, man.
Let's grade some drafts here, Paulie.
So we're going to grade some drafts right now.
So let me tell you, I was looking at all the drafts here start to finish. I really, as much as I'd like to go ahead and admit I love my draft, I picked too many players on the same team. Not completely crazy about all of this. All right, so I'm not crazy about my draft.
Boom! My draft looks awesome!
I'm sure it does,
All right,
Tom.
there we go. You need a microscope to make it look awesome, but that's all right.
I won the draft!
So anyhow, so my draft I'm not crazy about. I drafted a bunch of players that are on the same team. I have an NFC
You
team.
had the easiest
almost
draft out of all
exclusively.
4 of us.
Yeah, well, here's the issue. At the place I was, if I had to go ahead and draft this over again, there's no way I'm picking a tight end at the end of the third round if Kels and Gronkowski go. So I'm going to go ahead and give myself an 82% because that's about what my team is. I know that I'm a good owner. I'll scramble to make ad drops, make some trades, but that's about where my draft is.
Why don't you go ahead, Bart? Go ahead and grade everybody,
I'm going
Bart.
to come down to Justin's draft. I really like the position in this year's draft where Justin is drafting wide receiver heavy because I think at the end of the first round in a 12-team PPR, you're going to have lots of wide receiver choices. You can pick your guys. You're not going to go wrong. So he starts off strong because that's what he really should do at that point. Where I think Justin makes some mistakes, and it's truly preference. I love Royce Freeman this year. I will pick him at that place.
Royce.
I'm not crazy about Collins, but literally with the players he has in front of him, the only other player I might take would be probably Lamar Miller. I might take myself some Kenyon Drake because I can pick up Kalen Ballage later.
So
I'm not sold on Collins. Drew Brees is awesome where he picks him in the 6th round. C.J. Anderson's another great pick there. Delaney Walker as his starting tight end is a great pick. Good player, solid player is going to win you some leagues just by not giving you up points. Alan Hearns, I am not sold on, and I'm a Cowboys fan. DJ Moore, I'm not crazy about. Lat Murray and Kenneth Dixon are great kind of lottery picks where he picks them. I love Tyler Lockett. O.J. Howard is a great tight end. Nice pick there. New England Patriots, probably about a 90. But again, I think where he's drafting for tight end or wide receiver heavy, it's a great place to be.
So let me ask you one quick little thing there. Dalvin Cook and Mike Thomas are sitting there, and those two guys, in my mind, are pretty freaking even.
Yeah, but he had to go wide receiver heavy.
I
He had
know,
to go wide receiver.
but exactly. But if you weren't doing that, would you do it that way, or would you go Dal Cook?
I got no problem
Mike
doing
Thomas?
what he did. Even if he didn't have wide
You
receiver
guys
heavy,
like Mike Thomas better than Dal Cook?
I'm not. I'm
I
not
do.
saying I have
do.
a problem with what he did there. You could go either way,
Yeah,
right
you
there.
could
I know he had to do it, but you don't take Mike Thomas, Keenan Allen, Devontae, Melvin Gordon, and Leonard Fournette over freaking Dal Cook.
Yeah, I take all those guys. The thing is, you're going backwards. Leonard Fournette, Gordon, Freeman
I'm saying.
were all picked before Dalvin Cook. Dalvin Cook, I think, is a great talent. He looked awesome last year at the beginning of the year between PPR
I'm
and running
saying
back.
Dal Cook should have went before all of those. guys.
I won't argue with you there at all.
I
I
don't
think
argue with
after
that.
Hunt, I cannot pick Dalvin Cook in front of Leonard Fournette. There's no way I can do that. Can I pick him in front of Melvin Gordon? It's a stretch. Devontae Freeman and
I
Dalvin
got
Cook
a
are
lot
the
of board bets.
Devontae Freeman and Dalvin
Table
Cook.
bets. I got a lot of table
Put him on the
bets.
board.
Devontae Freeman and Dalvin Cook to me are
All right,
kind of the
brother.
same player.
Move on
All right, move on
down to
to
Paulie Love.
Paulie
team.
Love.
All right, I got to tell you, I was looking at this while Paulie was reading his team. I think this is the team I like the most. Yes. So you got three great running backs starting: Barkley, McKinnon,
That's why
Geis.
he calls you the best guy ever.
I'm not crazy about Geis. I think I'm picking somebody else in front of Geis here at that
You could
point.
take Mixon ahead of that.
Yeah, I
I mean,
think-
I'd go with that, but I took the upside in Geis right there.
99%
So
of the world
I-
would take Mixon ahead of him.
99.
probably
I'm
do.
that 1%, baby.
Even with Jordan Howard at that point, you went ahead and took Barkley, McKinnon, PPR guys. I don't think I have a problem there, and try to get Hill or Tariq Cohen a little bit later. I love your wide receivers. I think that's the benefit here. You're stacked at running back. You can almost forget about the position after the guys you got, especially if you only have to start two. You're taking Cooper, Watkins, Sanders, and Parker. I'm not in love with Jimmy Graham, but I got to tell you, you got to pick him in that
I
in that
love
position.
Jimmy Graham right there.
And the beautiful thing about what Paulie does is he goes ahead and he waits till the later part, and he takes a great two quarterbacks to run your fantasy team. He's got Rivers, who's your easy Eddie, steady Eddie, and then he gets Jameis Winston because
And he skipped over Eli.
even though the kid likes to grab women's crotches, the whole thing here is he's going to go ahead and put up fantasy points.
I've been praising Eli there. I should have taken Eli over Winston, but I'm sticking by with what I did. But I
What
should
team
have
do you
taken
like to
Eli.
watch?
I think if I had to make a modification to Paulie's team, I think instead of taking Matthews, Meredith, and Gallup, I'm picking a running back there, even if it's a lottery pick, just to give myself some backup. But that's because I like to draft kind of an even team. Farnham's team, Tommy is always going to go ahead and draft a good team. So anyways, but Paulie Love's going to get a 93 from me.
Yes,
So I think there it
93,
goes.
baby.
I like Paulie's team.
93.
I like Paulie's team. Tommy always going to draft a good team. Starts off with David Johnson, AJ Green, Cam Newton. I mean, geez, you take a look at that team. It's going to be hard to believe you could draft any worse or any that the rest of your team is going to look any better than that trio. And he goes ahead and he drafts to his strong suit. So he's going to kind of fill people in with the guys who are going to get the job done. He picks Brandon Cooks, Pierre Garçon, Jordy Nelson, Sterling Shepard. He got Josh Doxson as well. And then Jordan Matthews. Here are all receivers that are going to fill in nicely behind Cooks and Green. He probably, and Tommy's a trader, so at some point in the year, one of these guys is going to go off. He's going to try to get himself a good running back. I know, honestly, even though we're all picking on him, he took Carlos Hyde.
He should have taken Rex Burkhead there. I don't know what he was thinking right there.
Damn, I love me some Rexy, too.
I really don't know why he took Carlos Hyde there.
Paulie, haven't you ever seen the documentary on Retard Meets Computer? That was Tom tonight.
I don't
Because
know
he really
why.
wanted to pick up Rex Burkhead. So anyway, so there we
Stop
go.
picking on
I don't know
me.
why he took Carlos Hyde there. I really don't.
So anyhow, so he takes Burkhead really there. So that backs up David Johnson, Rex Burkhead. He gets Jamal Williams. here's the issue that I got with Tommy's team. After that, he's got James White. So at running back, if David Johnson goes down, he pretty much toilet flushes his season.
Toilet flushes. I wish I had the music for that.
So, you know what? He still drafts a good team. He probably gets about an 87 to me. Nate Dogg's up here. He's going to go ahead and he's going to pick Antonio Brown. He's got Adam Thielen, Jamison Crowder, Robert Woods, all to start his 4 wide receivers. All nice guys. They're doing a good job. He's going to back that up with Teddy Ginn. Not bad at all. Then you're going to go ahead and add it. Running back, Christian McCaffrey, Rashard Penny. He's really going to get, we're going to give him Rex Burkhead just for all intents and purposes.
Nice pick, Nate. Nice pick, Nate. Good pick.
And then he gets LeGarrette Blount here down a little bit later. And then finally he gets Austin Eckler. Nate always going to draft really strong at the beginning of the draft. He's got some nice filler picks at the end. He's got Jordan Reed, which I love, is kind of my... that's a lottery pick if you've ever seen it, with ASJ to back him up. He's got 2 nice quarterbacks with Brady and Roethlisberger. I love Brady, but the problem with Brady is that any of these quarterbacks that you take early, they're going to cut into what you're going to get at running back and wide receiver. Mm-hmm. And so the issue is with Brady there, he hurts himself a little bit with his other positions. Nate gets an 85 here. Still better than my team. Nice job, Nate.
All right, nice job, Nate.
All right, Tony boy.
Tony.
Now, Tony has the Wii draft because he not only draft, but he had a computer helping him. But that being said, it means that you had some help. You just called it your Wii draft.
Kathy from
All right.
accounting.
So he starts off the 1 slot with Todd Gurley, which is nice. To be honest with you, I don't argue with Elliott, Gurley, or Bell. Although if it's myself, I'm picking Bell first. Then he backs it up. Then, to be honest with you, somebody needs to send Tony the memo, because then he picks Aaron Rodgers in a quarterback early draft, and he picks Rob Gronkowski in an early tight end draft. Thanks to screw us, brother. I appreciate that.
I was still taking Cam Newton there. Number 1.
That's why you got
100%.
an 87. That's why you got an 87.
That's why you will come in second in this draft.
Then
That's why I won this draft.
I want to hear this. Let's go.
Then he goes ahead and he takes. So now we got one running back. He's got 1 tight end, 1 quarterback. No wide receivers. I got to tell you, in this year's draft, looking at the top 10 wide receivers, you really put yourself at the disadvantage taking a wide receiver this late, if you ask me. So he's got Tate, who I like. So if you got to go ahead and do this, here's the idea.
I thought that was Tate. That's why he took him.
You go ahead and you got to go big, or you got to go consistent. He goes consistent, not a bad pick. Then he goes with Alshon Jeffrey, who I got to be honest with you, I think I'd have taken Cooks if I could have done that at that point, assuming that I'm going the right way in the draft. Then he takes upside Tariq Cohen, which is great to follow up with Todd Gurley. Although, again, that's not really a consistent week in and week out guy. He gets Corey Davis, who I like a lot at that position. Isaiah Crowell, who's going to balance him out. I actually think at the end of the year he plays Gurley and Crowell more than he plays Gurley and Cohen. Depends on how Cohen plays.
Take a breath, Bart.
Then he's got David Funchess, who is going to be great in Carolina. He's going to be the number 2 there. I think DJ Moore is the number 1. Yeah, he did bone me in the Super Bowl last year, but he boned a lot of people. All right, then I go ahead and I have Philadelphia Eagles defense and Denver Broncos. So we probably should have drafted just 1 defense, but that's okay. Then he picked 2 more quarterbacks. So the other thing that we have to let we know is that you only need 1 real quarterback. So a lot of good quarterbacks here.
Again, that's why you come in second.
Then he goes ahead and has Kalen Ballage, who I like there, Bilal Powell to back up Isaiah Crowell, and Harrison Butker. I think that Tony, again, with his computer Wii draft, still beats my draft 85% Tony. Nice job.
Thank you to all our guests tonight.
Thanks, Justin.
That concludes our draft.